Welcome, welcome. For all near and far, appreciate you joining us on really as many of you know, my favorite time of the week. I love starting the week, sort of the official week, and I know that's all made up, but since we've made that up, this is a great way, I think, of creating a container of love and appreciation with each other. And one of the things I was thinking about with, we do loops and scoops here, um, loop of awareness and love scoops, and we mix in all other kinds of things. And one aspect of attention that I was noticing over the weekend is think about when you've been in a space and someone gives you your attention in a way that you feel like a blossom. So their attention feels like sun or rain. They beam at you, or you go in and you go, something's coming at me, and you look around and someone is giving you their attention. And what is it about the quality of that kind of attention that makes such a difference for us? And at the very most basic level, I'm thinking about opening and closing. And that most of our attention, when I say to you, pay attention, what happens to my attention is it closes. So it gets narrower, it gets more focused, and it also gets, I think, a little more pushy, fighty. But if I'm saying, give someone your attention. So let yourself just practice that with different people on the call. First, pay attention to somebody, like making sure that you're going to pay attention to everybody who's here, and notice what happens to your sense of openness and closedness, both inside yourself and between you and others. So when I pay attention, like often, we refer back to kind of control situations where someone says, pay attention. It means that your attention has been wandering. But what a wonderful thing to let your attention wander. So I want to invite you to let yourself, if you were to follow the openings that where your attention wants to wander, and letting that be a whole body experience rather than just your eyes, because eyes come with pay attention. But if I'm letting my attention just meander, wander, and then like mine just landed on a book that's called Wet Mind. That was cool. And then my attention's wandering again. And then I'm aware of the air around my body. And so my attention wanders to that. And then I was just aware of a little twist of my body that let me give attention to the way that my hips are moving. And that kind of wandering, just notice the quality of opening. So for me, as I'm letting my attention meander and wander, I feel this quality of opening inside. And what if when you're giving attention, it's with that quality of invitation to opening? So let yourself, since we have some folks here for you to practice with, let yourself practice giving attention in that kind of meandering, wandering kind of way. So that as I'm wandering around looking at Kathy, I'm aware of how the pillow behind her gives such a great sort of picture frame to her face. And I'm just appreciating all of that. And so that wandering and the meandering, I find, opens my perception. And what can you do inside to enhance that? So for me, keeping a little bit of movement going. So you can use the fear melters, oozing and love scoops, but basically just, this might be an ooze or a wiggle. that allows more opening. And I also experience a kind of settling with my attention. It's not up and it kind of, it lands and settles and sinks in. Just like our blessed rains this year, our reservoir, you're getting the reservoir report again today. The reservoir's up to 60% now. Remember when it was down at 29? I know. So that deep sense of nourishment, of filling that we can get also, and particularly with how we use our attention. So I'd love to have you continue noticing, what is it like to let an opening, letting your attention move out like a flower opening, like a dandelion, the dandelion letting go of all of it, and then noticing where that lands. So I just became aware of how quiet it is here. So I can feel it's also opened my hearing, and I'm noticing the quality of, it's not even just so much quietness, but sort of a deep rest. So as I'm looking out at the trees, I can feel them breathing out. That relief. And the gift that we can give of our attention also gives that kind of, I see you, here we are together, you can rest into my attention. And then be sure to give it to you. Like, where in you is there a call? Is something blossoming? Is something in a bud and just getting ready to blossom, and could blossom with your attention? And does that attention want to come with touch? Does it want to come with any sound? I always, if a sound doesn't come, I can always count on the Oh, and I'm just placing my hands on the small of my back, just around my sacrum, and I can feel the warmth of my hands. And as I was feeling that, I realized that, the small of my back was just a little bit chilled, and feeling the warmth of my hands allows more opening. So as you're giving and receiving attention, you may find that your other senses also open, that your sense of hearing opens, that your sense of touch gets directed by where in you is available for opening. And we have such a what's wrong habit as humans, where we tend to look for what's wrong. And for me, that is a closed way of using my attention, because I'm narrowing and I'm focusing, and that kind of fighty energy. But what if you let this week your attention be all about the opening, looking for the opening for connecting, looking for the opening where your attention might also be stimulating your recipients, going, oh gosh, this whole area, I could give some attention here, up under my collarbones. My armpits. Who's given attention to their armpits yet this morning, huh? So there you go. And then how much that opens, and wondering if there's any pit opening for the other folks on the call, that you might go, hey, that whole area where your wings attach, what kind of opening might want to happen in there? So I'm finding it giving me also some openings in my way of moving that are more unusual, more spontaneous. So I'm kind of doing a rotating in here that's giving me more opening. I was just remembering seeing a picture of a condor flying yesterday on Facebook, this giant condor. And what I was most aware of was this movement through the shoulders, that opening and spreading. So my experience is that our attention, giving and receiving attention, is the most fundamental, basic, and completely expandable way of creating more presence, creating more juiciness, and creating more openings. So just pause for a moment, give some attention to you, and notice if you've opened some more aliveness. Notice the places where you're feeling more air moving, where you're feeling more juiciness moving. And I was just now feeling my feet going, hey, what about me? Hey. And hey, you got all this stuff going in your upper body, but what are you standing on all day, huh? What's going to carry you around all day, huh? Let's have a little attention to the feet. So notice where in your hands movement might occur that you could echo in your feet. So giving attention, whenever I move my feet, I also move my hands, even if it's just a little bit. And when I move my hands, my feet go, oh, I can do that too. It's kind of like our two cats. They like to echo each other. If one of them does something, the other goes, oh, that's a good idea. And they play off of each other. So let your hands and your feet, giving attention to them. And then as you're playing with that, you can also give attention to other people's hands and feet, even if you can't see them. You can send into them and invite opening. So of course, as I begin moving my feet, I can feel that, sense that traveling up my body and creating a new kind of opening in the vertical. So we've been playing with around us, and then the vertical opening of enjoying uprising energy. And notice what's coming up from your feet and how that wants to then be expressed out, letting that energy from your feet be expressed out into the world around you, out into the other people on the call, and then back into you. So you're making a fountain or a Ferris wheel of circulating your attention. And then as we're completing this part of our call, let yourself tune into the kind of intention that you would like to add to your attention. So that can be one of appreciation, giving your sensitive awareness. It could be the that shifts you into wonder. It could be looking for genius in others. What's unique about others? What's unique about me? It could be opening your breath. So I invite you to add the intention to your attention as you're going through the week today, this week. And I want to then also tune into our Presence Connect play for today. For those of you who might be new, at the end of our call, I pull up our Presence Connect play app and we take a look at what combo is being offered to us to play with. So Presence says essence pace, to be aware of you and aware of others. So essence pace, let yourself play with a way of moving right now. And you could move around if you have room to do that, but you could also move your hands and arms and your body in a pace that allows you to be aware of you while being aware of others. So that could be as slow or as fast as you like. Let yourself accelerate and decelerate so that you can find that sweet space or that pace that allows you to be aware of, like, I'm aware of me and I can also see all of you playing. So that allows me to be in connection, to receive the nurturing of connection as I'm moving around in the world. Because most of us, when we're moving around in the world, we're very business oriented and doing, going and doing. But there's an opportunity for connection just as we're moving around in our days. If we move at essence pace, it allows us to give attention to us and also to give attention to the people around us. And I've had some of the most wonderful interactions with people just from doing that, because I'll catch the opportunity to interact. So essence pace can open up all kinds of deeper nourishment for you as you're moving around in the world. Connect says create So just a little review of It's not which is what most of us have associated. And that was certainly what I grew up with. When I would hear the I knew that I was just about to be judged about something. This is a whole out breath, where you're enjoying the vibration, feeling where it's moving in you as you So just do that a few times. I've learned now that when I get stuck, something is not working. It could be something, like a household thing. That's where I usually get stuck. I was like, nah, something is broken. So if it's stuck, what I've learned to do now is to do 2 or 3 So I just pause and move into wonder. And very often, just that pause, a opening will occur, some kind of a solution, a next step, something I can do rather than pushing against something that's not working. So is just a completely reliable way of shifting into wonder that allows you to then connect. And then play. Ooh, this is one I haven't seen in a while. Play is let your body get heavy and then light. Let your body get really sunk in. Yes. And then let it get really light. Like you've got balloons under your arms holding you up. So feeling into your weight in different ways allows you to open up a whole new way to play with your whole body rather than just your head. So anytime you want to increase your vocabulary of presence, connect, play, you can go to the app, and I encourage you to share that with others. Let them know that we have the app. And also, if you enjoy connecting, invite friends. This is a wonderful place to connect with community, to have a space of welcoming. This is a come as you are party. You can come exactly how you are. And so I look forward to seeing you next time, and love having our visitors here. Thank you so much. And until next time, bye.